Yo, your boys back with another video. Today we're going to be doing a good old-fashioned H-file video. And again, the level of like some games are just impossible to heal, and I've started to learn that. Um, I started off good, but then I just couldn't win over like I can't. It was the same thing as what it was like with Crusader when he was playing on EU. His hard stuck from like 2K to 2300. Same thing for me. I wasn't really hard stuck. I only had like 60 games played, but still, the fact hard stuck just means you can't get past that gap, and I literally could not get past it. Every time I'd either get a bot or a bot. Like it's not even like it's an actual bot. It's people that don't know how to click their buttons. Like I've never in my life played with people that I don't know if it's because of just like the skill gap for a DPS compared to a healer, but I literally it's almost impossible to win games. I've healed people to 75% dampening every single round, and I just cannot win the game. Like some games are just completely out of my hand. No matter how good I play, no matter what I do for the game, if I get CC'd one time, if I ever don't fake cast a kick or do anything correctly, I almost automatically will lose that round. It's actually that's like the skill gap. That's like if I don't. I'm also playing a really bad class. Like I'm facing fist weaving. Like over 2100, usually all you're gonna face is mistweavers, wrestler shamans, and wrestler druids, and maybe the occasional holy priest. That's pretty much it. Like nobody plays non-meta classes. HPAL is good when you're playing with good players. So if I was playing at like 2400 MMR, or maybe even 2350 plus, and I had MMR, the MMR, buff, then it would be pretty easy for me to win games. But the thing is, I can't. This is not possible for me. I'm having like a really hard time. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to Rogue. I'll start gearing my Rogue a little bit because obviously I only have 6 more days in my ban. So I really, I'm trying to hold off on my HPL until the very end. That way I have the highest MMR because obviously as you tank your character after he's a certain amount of or rating, he'll get free MMR. For some reason, Blizzard is just like the most clueless company of all time, and pretty much doesn't do anything correctly. So what I can basically sit there and wait as long as possible, and I'll gain MMR gradually without even having to play the game. So I'm literally gaining MMR without playing. So by the time it's the end of the season, I'll have 200 MMR above what I have, and as long as I don't go under 2.4, I'll always gain MMR usually. So that's been pretty much the goal. That's how I've gotten most of my 2400s. Because obviously, if you don't have MMR buffs, unless you play a super, like you have to play an ungodly amount of time, you cannot get over 2400. It's like once you get to there, it's your cap. It's not possible. You could be the best player in the game. If you don't have that MMR buff to where it's like you're 50 MMR, 60 MMR above what your current CR is, not possible to game rating. Because it is like there's a lot of these times you just can't go over 3-3 and you lose MMR for going 3-3, which I think is the most brainless thing that's ever like I don't know why that makes sense. So here I'm probably going to sack high because they're just doing unhealable damage for no reason. I get kicked once again. If I get kicked one time, it's automatically we almost lose the game. So again, that's like the level of skill get. Like if I don't fake cast consistently, we're probably going to lose this game. So if he ever lands, thankfully I think he only lands one kick this game. Because if he trust me, if he lands more than one kick, we probably it's an automatic loss for me. So now we have 0 CDs. He's gonna tank 100. So these guys are both doing 100k DPS. I don't know how we're letting a Boomy ever do 100k DPS. And by the way, again, this Boomy has 3,000 games played at 2100, and he's rocking a rival title. Like I don't get it. Like I would think this guy was a bot if it wasn't due to the fact that he types. Like that's how that like usually bots that play that much games, like I literally can't heal this. I bubble at this point it's irrelevant. They're doing 200k DPS. Where my DK is sitting in middle. My enhance isn't even off healing, I don't think, or maybe he is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's off healing. So 200k DPS, non-stop, 0 CDs used, and I'm expected to heal that. So obviously not a possible win ratio for me right there. So it is what it is. And of course, this game, all you have to do is train a Boomy, and you automatically should have a 99% chance at winning. You have a BM, which basically counters Boomy. It doesn't necessarily counter it, but any hunter versus caster just melts their HP down. And I have a enhanced that can literally never let the Boomy cast. And what do? We go the DK. Like it comes to a level to where I'm trying to think of why we're like It just doesn't make sense. We're letting a Boomy free cast, and anytime you do that, like, and by the way, this is like a 2200 game, so we're at this is what I'm saying. A skill gap for a he ends up kicking me after the cast again. This is what I'm saying, like, and this guy's Fitzweaving. This Mistweaver has yet to do a single outplay or anything in the game that requires him to actually do anything good, and he actually ends up just flat out just destroying me. I didn't even have a chance. This wasn't even a like this wasn't even a skill level. This was just him being so much. No, this was a skill level. He was just so much better than me at doing damage that he just did unhealable healing and was able to do whatever he wants. That's the level of this game that this what we're playing. This guy's doing so much damage as a healer that it's actually impossible for me to win the game. That's just crazy. So pretty much this guy's just going to take unhealable damage for no reason, by the way. So this is just his little tiny thing from the sky that's doing damage on his HOTS. So again, we're sitting on a DK. You couldn't ask me why we're sitting on a DK because I don't even know how it's possible. This guy's doing unhealable healing non-stop. I guarantee he's doing 100k flat DPS, or he's at least doing 150k DPS on burst. No, he's probably doing 100k flat. Meanwhile, I'm casting and trying to keep my teammates up while they're killing my entire team. Lol. Pretty funny, huh? So here I get DR Cyclone. I don't know what's going on in the game. Again, zero. Nobody's taking damage. This is what I'm talking about. How is this possible? So we actually just lose the game here. He almost doesn't turtle. So he turtles at 1%. Thankfully I got the Divine Toll mid cast. Otherwise he was dead. And now we lose the game because he walls at 20%. So now he has to wall. Okay, he walls now. Thankfully, finally he heals himself. He actually does more healing than I do. So he just self-healed himself and from 20 to 60 to 20 to 60 two times in a row. And then this guy dies in Cyclone. 100-0. Very nice. So for some reason we're not on the Bimmy. Again, the amount of like these with this level of players is not winnable for me. Again, I can outplay, I can fake cast, I can do everything possible to win the game. These guys don't click their CDs. I can still try to, it's not possible. So again, this guy is rocking a rival title. He has 3,000 games played, and I'm losing to a Boomy that is literally sitting there free casting. Yeah, it's just like that's just what it comes down to. So as you can see, 3,000 games played, like 2,400 games. But that's what happens. That's just yeah. So here I sack him high on their burst because I know this Boomy is not gonna ever click Cyclone. Now as a caster, if you want to know how to ever get a clone off as a Boomy, you have to get precog. If you do not have precog, don't sit there and not fake cast and try to clone 3 times in a row. You know why you don't do that? It's because you're going to get kicked, and then you're going to get grounded. As you can see, I fake cast 1 time, I get precog. As you can see, he's literally hard casting clones. This is the level of 2,400 player that exists. And then he clones in the grounding. So I just said what was going to happen, and it just happened. And he's going to get perma kicked because he doesn't know how to fake cast. Again, don't play a caster if you can't fake cast. It's the one thing that you have to know how to do. You're not going to be able to get over 20. Like, this guy's hard stuck 2,100. It's because he doesn't know how to fake cast. He's literally getting precog because the guys are kicking him after his, oh. And this is 2,200. This is a pretty high-rated game, by the way. So this is not like we're not playing this. You would think this was be an 1,800 game. Like, this is not, there's no way this is a real lobby. Like, my MMR must be, like, deceiving me. Literally, my name, deceived. I must be deceived, because clearly stuff is going on that this guy roars, okay? That was a bad roar, because it DRs his trap. Nice. Okay, I kick the Hex here. I mean, even though the Boomy should be able to get me out of Hexes, but I highly doubt he's running the build that he needs to get me out. I'm pretty sure he can get me out of Hexes just like a mage can, but I don't know. So here he somehow kicks me just in time. I got my Tear of Deliverance off. I call it Tear of Deliverance because that's my name for it. But he skins. I finally get kicked, and again, if you get kicked at an H-Pal, I pre-bop the stun. He almost dies through my bop, by the way. He's dying through my bop. So my entire bop was useless. Now I have to sack off this. He thorns himself. I get a Searing Glare on everything that I can. I get kicked again. Again, don't get kicked as an HPL. And thankfully, I pre-sacked the kick, and I still have sack up, and he's still dying through my sack. So, and I have 0 healing life. I have nothing. I can't bop him. Thankfully, we won the game because we were about to lose. I know he's not going to renewal. He could have. We already know this. And that Boomy didn't cast Cycle in a single game. I think he casted it 2 times that entire match. And this is the level of absolute. He says, I am a rival. That's just crazy. Ooh, God. I can't wait to get on the band. Actually, I don't even care, to be honest, because I can't wait to stop playing this game. Thankfully, I'm not playing it as much as I am. Like, I'm only playing it at, like, a few hours, so, which is not really that much for, like, people that play WoW or are addicted to WoW. Nobody actually plays WoW because it's fun, unless you're playing low-rated games. Otherwise, you're sitting in a 7-minute round or a 7-minute game, and you're facing the same double caster or double melee that'll literally PV you down. There's nothing skillful about this game, and that's just how that is. So here we almost killed the hunter. Nothing has been CC'd the entire game. I think he might have root beamed, but he didn't clone off his own root beam. We didn't do anything off our own root beam, so I just end up hitting a fat Hajj. I'm silenced here. I even or mastered. So here I gotta be very careful. He doesn't have kick. I run into a random trap. I don't know how we don't kill him here. If we cycle him one time, by the way, on the healer, we automatically win the game. He would have been dead right there. But again, this druid doesn't click cyclone. He finally cloned. Let's clap for the ladies and gentlemen here. He finally clicks clone, and we almost end up killing him again. Imagine if you click clone just off DR, dude. It's just like the amount of like god tier that you could be if you're just CCing off DR with the 1 CD that doesn't have a single cooldown and that you can literally spam cast. Wouldn't that just be insane? Now I still have I have 1 bob, I have 1 land hands. Land hands is probably gonna be useless. It's probably not even a cooldown at this point. So here I try to go for a rep because obviously it just now came off and I have bubble up, so it's the only time I can get it. You think he would cyclone off the rep? Thankfully he's sitting in bear form. He has renewal. Well, he used it, or revival. He used it. Congratulations. Unfortunately, he used it when he had bop on him. So there we go. Pretty much he has his blue ability. We have trimmer, which trimmer is pretty useless here, but I don't have Bob, I have land hands. Obviously land hands it's not a cooldown, there's no point in clicking it. It's literally not gonna, it's too high to him. So I'm just trying it, I'm not gonna waste the global trying to heal, and he just dies. So I get silenced once again. If I get any type of CC, he's gonna get 100 ob. And nothing Cyclone DR, by the way. Not one Cyclone was thrown out that game, other than the starting opener when it was literally irrelevant. So there we go. Nice. I already knew this was going to be a hell on earth game when I had a druid with a rival title and he also had 3,000 games played. I already knew that it was going to be a unreal game. And then of course, he AFKs when he's on my team and I get banned. So again, this is what happens. There's no point of reporting these people because Blizzard doesn't actually look at what they're doing. It's just a matter of, oh, he got 50 reports, now we ban him. And then we'll see what he did wrong. So now he just sits in the room and doesn't cast a single button. And there we go. This is what I get. So on top of carrying these people and having to completely outplay in every regard, I pre-aura mastery the silence. I pre-sack the go. This is with sack on him, by the way. I had 100% HP. So this is pre-sack, pre-aura mastery, still dying through everything. This is with ice worm. My druid has yet to click single anything yet. So he's AFK right there. Still hasn't clicked any buttons, and then the DK has the audacity to sit there. Oh, this H-Pal is bad. I just double fake casted. There's literally nothing more I can do right now to carry these people. This is the highest level of carry that you can get. Fake cast again, the 3rd one, and then he goes, "Oh, the. You'll see. Watch him type. Watch this shit. Never in my life. Never mind. Pally is trash. What the amount of brain damage this shit, like, this is what I'm talking about. This is the players that I get. There's no carrying these people. There's no helping these people. There's nothing you can do. You can't fake. I can fake test 900 times in a game. I can bop. I can pre-sack. I can pre-aura mastery. I can pre-bop. I can pre-fucking freedom. This Jolly Rancher is taking the life. I gotta breathe. Reports these people immediately to the authority. And will it matter? No, it won't, because obviously, and I actually get a warning for this. I have a behavior warning right up there. So I get a behavior warning, and, I'm, and this motherfucker isn't even gonna get banned. I guarantee it. Watch, I'm gonna message him sometime and see if he's banned, and I guarantee he will not be banned. But I promise you, I'll probably be banned tomorrow for saying idiotic, because he just called me trash. Watch this shit. Watch. Just wait. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Regardless, the game's trash, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, peace.